are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on a thirsty Thursday. Barnes and Michael, and it's just kind of interesting. You say coincidence, I say not. Michael here, biggest day of the New York Yankees season so far. You in the saddle, been a couple weeks, jacked up. Seems like we're always recapping wins together.
Yeah.
Nobody loves it more than you. The postseason, you know the magic.
Yes.
You grew up seeing it, knowing it, just like Chief was in the comments and he's fucking jacked up. What a game last night. And all on the line tonight. Winner take all. Yankee Stadium, Yankees Red Sox. The Yankees trying to win their first postseason series against the Boston Red Sox since 2003. Last night, their first win versus the Red Sox in the playoffs since Game 2 of the 2004 ALCS, Michael. 21 years later, here we are. And I know everybody watching that game last night felt the same way. That felt like early 2000s Yankees Red Sox.
Yeah, definitely sick. And would you believe that last night, maybe this morning, whatever time it was, I had a dream. I'm not even joking.
Wait. So dream this like last night?
Yes.
Okay.
George Steinbrenner. I'm dead ass.
Okay.
And I'm going to botch it, but I was riled when I was in my dream. And he's like, we may not win today. We may not win tomorrow. But at some point, the New York Yankees will be World Series champions again.
Wow.
And I was just like, crazy. I forgot who I was with. And I was just like, how does that not get you riled?
Oh my God, dude. That really is nuts.
Like, I swear, I can't even believe it. I woke up, I was like, oh my God. It almost felt like, I don't know if you've ever seen The Sandlot.
Yes.
When Babe Ruth, it almost felt like that.
Him reincarnated.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, okay, so they're going to win tonight.
Yeah. It's just you really get that feeling. I mean, the whole team, you could tell so jacked up, and we'll get to the full recap on the 4-3 win. But me and Ernie were texting before, and Ernie called this from day one.
Yes.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. I was always on the same page with Ernie. Sure, there were some concerns. Is he a little too inebriated out there? No, he's got edge. He's got swag. He's a clutch player. One of, if not the best second baseman in Major League Baseball. And we'll get to it, Michael. But they were showing his time running from first to third on the Wells single, a shade over 9.
My God.
Seconds, first to third. Major League average, a shade over 11. So a full 2 seconds faster than the average base runner. That's why you never bench Jazz. And obviously, it might have cost us a game in game 1, but maybe, there was something to that, to really get him going. Not that you really need to go to get him going anymore. He's always going to be jacked up. But that was just unbelievable. Fernando Cruz, I don't know if you saw that. The veins out of his head,
my God.
Beating his chest, dude.
Yeah.
Holy, that was crazy. But we'll get to full recap in a second. A few comments in here if we want to start there.
Yeah, no, we have Chief coming in here. Hey, it's about to get 9s in here. As a Mets fan, Charlie says this. Good luck tonight, and I mean that unlike Kev do.
Yeah, let's go, Charlie. Appreciate you having us with us, and very classy. Unlike Kev D, always looking for the boxing match. Kev D always wants to go a couple rounds. Just not gonna happen, Kev. Sorry, he tries. I told him, he gets hot about things. It's like he tries to get me going. Not happening. Not today. Not
ever. Chief saying 9 wins away from the World Series, or 9 wins away from World Series appearance.
Let's go, Chief.
The great Erdini, let's effing go. He also adds, thank you, Charlie. You are a gentleman and a scholar, which he is. Charlie's a great guy. Chief adds, my son and I were pumped yelling for Jazz to score. Donna Lee in the house saying, good morning, all.
Oh, Donna Lee, the legend that she is. Always great to have her with us. We know she's out for the game tonight. I swear to God, I was saying this in one of the group chats. I really couldn't sleep. I would say, Michael, I did not fall asleep probably till you woke up this morning.
Wow.
I tried to go to bed at 12. I swear to God, it was maybe a hair before 4 o'clock before I actually finally fell asleep. So we're probably only talking about 2.5 hours.
But you're feeling great.
Feeling unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's everything that you could hope for. That's why I love postseason baseball. That's why I say, postseason wise and really just in general, it's just the best sport. All that goes into it, the strategy, the managing, the players, the clutch hit, the heroes. You can't beat it. Last night gave you everything. And that was awesome.
I agree. No, it was great. We've got some other comments in here.
Oh, yeah. No, let's get to this. I'm actually excited. Not going to get hot.
Erndini saying, F the haters. And Kev saying, Brian, didn't I tell you last night not to mention my name with the Mets? I was being for real. I didn't say shit to you today. If you can't take the shit talk, don't shit talk me.
Yeah. So what I would say there, Kev, I've probably said this a bunch of times. Well, first of all, I told you last night, I'm never going to get hot over this. You like to battle, to get people all jacked up. I'm not going to get people jacked up. I've always felt like this for every day of my life before I met any of you guys, okay, with the Mets. Always hated the Mets. Always thought they were a joke. And I don't think they deserve any respect. And if you don't like it, I don't really care. That's how I've always felt, and I'm not going to change it just to appease you. So you could run with it however you want. Get the boxing gloves on. But I'm just pumped for the Yankees, and I just don't care.
Yeah, and then the great Erndini says, F the derelicts who aren't even in the playoffs, wishing for the downfall. F the Red Sox, F the Mets and their sad fan base. Yanks to the effing moon. Great day. This is what baseball is like.
Let's fucking go, Ernie.
Not today, Satan. Don't fall for it, Barnes.
Of course.
Chief says.
Like I said, there was, at certain times this year, the shouting matches kept never happening again. Just no reason for it. I know the deal. And that's it. And you just go from there.
I really can't believe the Mets.
Can you though?
It's like,
can you not? Like, I know they watching baseball your whole life.
I know. But it's like,
no, but it's different now. It's different. Dude.
It's crazy.
But you know what I mean.
Remember Colin Kelly?
We
played basketball with him one time.
Okay, yeah.
At that court in Norwalk or whatever.
Yeah, that was the first time we played basketball. You're right.
He's a Mets fan.
Yeah.
Right. But he's a chill one, like a Tony-esque, keeps it chill.
Model citizen. That's what I referred to Tony as yesterday.
And it's just crazy. I witnessed so many heartbreaks in his family's home, Mets games. And every time I'm like, no, this isn't happening. There's no way this is happening.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. And it happens.
Yeah.
And it happened again this year. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I really was shocked. I at least made the playoffs, I thought, for sure.
I haven't predicted it, but
you did.
Yeah.
You did. It's crazy.
Didn't happen. It's so funny. Chief's big with the don't do it, Barnes, don't tempt the gods. He said that to me last time when I was talking about us sweeping the Nationals. I'm pretty sure that day we won 9-0. So, Chief, come on. Get that nonsense out of here.
And Erndini, before we keep going, vibes are too high. We can't hear y'all from outside. It's too loud inside.
Let's fucking go. Ernie's dialed.
He is
jacked up.
He's pumped.
Ready to go. But yeah, we got to talk in depth about this. So
yes,
Michael, if we could go to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Tony Skip. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Right, all right. So today's Yankee segment is brought to you by Velvet Llama, premium canned cocktails crafted by NYC bartenders with a playful spirit. Enjoy their award-winning espresso martini with Italian espresso and chocolate notes, the crisp Moscow Mule with Nigerian ginger, or the spicy margarita with organic agave and jalapeno. These ready-to-drink treats are made with the finest ingredients. Grab yours at velvetllama.com and ride the smooth wave with Velvet Llama. One thing I wanted to mention too, obviously I was so excited last night. I was over Sam's house when I was watching the game. Her mom right there wasn't planning on watching the game. Actually, was just going to watch on my phone, but then it ended up being that I ended up watching the whole thing. And she was getting riled. So just shout out to her mother, Veronica. She's a huge fan of the show. I've mentioned her before. And she could just tell I was excited. And I was explaining everything. So it's just awesome. She loves the show, and she loves talking about and we are back. Yeah, she gets so riled for it. So shout out
I
to
get
her.
riled for it too. I understand how she feels.
She said nobody else could do it the same way.
No,
that's what she said.
Absolutely
That's what she
not.
said. So
No.
definitely shout out to her. And then what else we got here, Chief?
Chief saying, nah, bro. I was talking mad smack on Tuesday and we lost. I stopped. We won last night. We need the gods on our side, baby. Let's go, Yanks. Love the llama. It's delicious. And then Kev Do saying, see, I guess it's okay for Barnes to talk shit. Can't talk shit. Talk back. You believable. You turn it around to make me look like the bad guy. I'm just supposed to let you say anything you want. You not going to hear anything back. That's just you being soft.
Listen, he'll go for all day, so he could, talk to himself, I guess, at this point. But let's go Yankees. That's all I have to say.
Big game.
And big game. That's what it's all about. But let's talk
Ben
about
Rice.
Yeah, Ben Rice. But he obviously got to start last night. But let's talk in depth, about the game last night. Obviously, you had the pitching matchup between Brian Bayo and Carlos Rodon. And I thought early on, Rodon was, locked in, obviously fired up, knew was at stake here. Being a elimination game. First inning, he strikes out the first two batters. I thought his command was great. Between locating the fastball and the slider, changing eye levels. That's what you pay Carlos Rodon to do. So nice 1-2-3 inning there that got the crowd going. And then the story of last night really was the Yankees 2-out hitting, which especially postseason time, can be difficult. But it started in the first inning because Grisham flew out, and you could tell too, and they were talking about this on the ESPN broadcast, the strategy last night, and it seemed like it was just for Bayo, but then they started doing it against the Red Sox bullpen, was just to go all out first pitch, being like, we're not going to let you guys get ahead with fastballs, then have us off balance with the off speed and swinging through balls for strike three. So everybody's swinging at the first pitch. Grisham and Judge, a fly out and a ground out, but Cody Bellinger with a single, and then Ben Rice joined a list. I think it was about 5 or 6 players. I think the last one was like 13 years ago, 2012. But first pitch that he sees in his postseason career, gone. An absolute line drive, 364 to right, scoring Cody Bellinger, giving the Yankees a 2-0 lead. Obviously, at that point, stadium on their feet. What a moment for Ben Rice. You could tell he was fired up. Kind of interesting too. The two guys that were benched for game one get to start game two and were two of the most important players in this game. So I don't think that's a coincidence. So 2-0 going to the second inning. Rodon again, 1-2-3, picking up another strikeout of Eaton there to finish off the top of the second. Volpe, kills the rally in the second, grounding into a double play. We go to the third. Rodon, a leadoff single to Duran, for whatever reason, I think he's done well against us, but not at Yankee Stadium. He seems to struggle, but he did lead off with a single. And then you do have the Raffaello walk. So that wasn't, your ideal start to the inning, but you could say in a way, and like you still give up some runs in this inning, but it was like, channeling the inner Houdini because Sogard, tries to lay down a sacrifice bunt, Rodon rushing the throw, everybody's safe. So bases loaded, nobody out. You strike out Refsnyder. So 2 out, or no, not 2 out, 1 out. And then, Trevor Story up. So you're thinking about the double play to get out of it. Unfortunately, a cutter catches too much of the plate. So that scores Duran and Rafaela 2-2, with runners on first and second. But Yankees get a double play, which was huge to get out of that inning. So 2-2 going to the bottom of the third. Ryan McMahon leadoff single. Grisham grounds into a fielder's choice. Then you have a Judge single, first and second, 1 out. And then after only 38 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, you have Alex Cora going to the bullpen, which I was definitely surprised about because Bayo, I know last time he had given up 4 runs against us, but he had some, decent success, against the Yankees. But they go to former Yankee Justin Wilson. Wild pitch gets judged to second, and then Grisham steals third. So second and third, 1 out. Unfortunately, though, Bellinger with a fly out, not deep enough to score Grisham, and then Ben Rice hits it so hard, but right at the right fielder there to end the rally. 4th inning, Rodon working around a 2-out single to get through that inning. Bottom 4, Yankees go down 1-2-3. 5th inning, Rodon again, 1-2-3. So he was obviously locked in for the majority of this game. The Red Sox go to the bullpen again, go to Slayton. He gets the first 2 batters of the inning, Volpe and McMahon out, walks Trent Grisham. So those 2 out walks, usually those come back to haunt you. He advances a second on a wild pitch, and then Aaron Judge hits one to left. Duran trying to make the sliding play, doesn't make it, allowing Grisham to score. So the Yankees take a 3-2 lead. Unfortunately, though, Rodon, first batter of the 6th inning, Trevor Story, fastball. He just, after he's behind 2-0 in the count, throws the fastball right over the middle. Story waiting for it. So he hits that to left center, 381. So tying the game at 3. Then he walks Alex Bregman. But fortunately, he's able to get Romy Gonzalez to pop out. And then one of the many double plays the Yankees turned last night, Carlos Narvaez grounding, into a double play to get out of that inning. Bottom 6, Ben Rice, kind of a weird hit ball to the left side, beats it out with the shift on. Stanton lining out, Jazz striking out. So you got runner on first with 2 outs. Wells singles, though. So first and second, they go to Zach Kelly to face Anthony Volpe, and he strikes out. So we're still 3-3 going to the 7th. And then, Carlos Rodon had it all game, but for whatever reason, he comes out for the 7th, and maybe he was just tired. Maybe the emotions of the game got to him. But he walks Eaton on 4 pitches, and then he hits Duran with the 4th pitch of the bat. So 8 straight balls. They get him out of there. And then Cedane Rafaela trying to bunt. First and second, nobody out. Fernando Cruz in, but bunts right to the pitcher. So Cruz makes the diving play to catch it. So that's 1 out. Sogard flies out to left to make it 2 outs. And then Yoshida rips one to second, and Ernie, again with Jazz, the value of his defense at second base, rips one, but Jazz makes the play, stops it, prevents 2 runs from scoring with the ball going into the outfield. Can't get the runner at first, just was an impossible play, but keeps the bases loaded. And then Fernando Cruz, Trevor Story narrowly missing a second home run, a grand slam. Probably, I think it's 410 to center, something like that. Must have hit it 408. But Cruz, that's what we talked about, pumping the chest. That was just awesome to see. And somebody who, really appreciates being a Yankee, was on the Reds for the start of his career, not in the playoffs at all. And you could tell he's relishing the moment. So Red Sox change pitchers again. Garrett Whitlock comes in, strikes out McMahon. Trent Grisham doubles, but then Aaron Judge strikes out and Cody Bellinger flies out. So ends that inning. 8th inning, Devin Williams in. So, here we go. Season on the line. Devin Williams in. So, of course, everybody, getting a little nervous there. Alex Bregman with the leadoff single. They pinch hit Nathaniel Lowe, but it's a comebacker right to the mound. High throw to short from Williams to Volpe, but Volpe, fields the throw. has a tap with his foot on the side of the bag, makes the throw to first to get the double play, and then Williams strikes out Carlos Narvaez to end the inning. So again, Devin Williams, I mean, it's been 6 or 7 appearances in a row. He's been absolutely dialed. You love to see it. And I mean, he's really been the most reliable pitcher. Even David Bednar has had a couple warts recently. So it's amazing how Williams has turned it around when we need it most. So then we go to the 8th. Whitlock's still in. He strikes out Ben Rice. Stanton grounds out. But again, the 2-out rally. Jazz Chisholm working a walk. And that was great to see because Jazz, a lot of times, he's looking to put one over the fence in right field. 7-pitch walk. So absolutely massive. Full count. 2 outs. Wells up. Jazz going on the pitch. Scores from first on a single down the line. Kind of takes a weird ricochet. There's a play at the plate, but we mentioned the speed of Jazz, the just over 9 seconds from first to home, just in front of the tag there. Obviously, he's going nuts. Judge jumps over the rail, stadium on their feet. So gives the Yankees a 4-3 lead. And then they tried to actually, tack on a couple more there. Volpe singles, McMahon walks. So you had the bases loaded, but Trent Grisham with the ground out there to end the rally. So 4-3, 9th inning. David Bednar, like I said, I think he gave up a run in game 1. But other than that, I mean, he's been pretty solid. He strikes out Abreu and Duran, really had the curve and the fastball combination working. And then Cedane Rafaela hits one to right field, I would say maybe 5 feet in front of the fence. So obviously everybody getting nervous. But at the end of the day, ball game over. Yankees win. Series tied at 1 apiece. Winner take all tonight. And with the Dodgers, winning yesterday, they moved the start time, which originally would have been 6:08 again, to 8:08. So we'll have an 8:08 first pitch. And it's Conley early versus Cam Schlittler. So 2 rookies matching up. You really can't rule out anything in this game. The strategy by both managers here. But you can't beat it, honestly. And this is what Major League Baseball had in mind when they made this best of 3 wildcard series, to get 3 decisive games, 3 out of 4. The drama is unreal. And just such a relief for the Yankees to come through last night. Now, what the deal is. You win here, you advance. So the atmosphere is going to be intense. Every pitch, fans on their feet, everybody popping out of their seat. And I couldn't be more excited about it. So great win. You have to think the momentum will carry over to tonight. And Cam Schlittler's ready for this moment and has to be honored. The Yankees chose him to get the ball tonight. So all hands on deck. And Boone already confirming, yes, Jazz will get the start, early. Is a left-handed pitcher, but he's not going to do that. Non-committal on catcher and first. I would think they'll go Wells and Rice and then have Goldschmidt available off the bench, just because Early's going to have a tight leash. So to do a stacked righty lineup, it doesn't make sense like you did, for game 1 against Crochet. So, we'll have to see what happens. But just so pumped. And it's, I was saying this in the group chat with everyone before. It's just so hard to focus on anything else today. I mean, this is all you're thinking about. And you're just so excited. You can't wait to get the first pitch. So let's go. Just so ready for it. Yeah. What we got anything here of
substance?
Yeah.
I mean, I could read the Kev do stuff.
Yeah, no. I guess just go. Yeah, just skip over that.
It.
Yeah.
Chief, let's go Yankees. Don't need a recap. Let's just do grids all show. LOL. Anthony Materiello saying show looks great. Chief saying we miss you, Tony. And then Chief also says they just said Chief on my training Zoom call, and I answered LOL. Oops. LOL. That's actually hilarious.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. So yeah, what a night last night. Who's Z? Wants to know how big are you, Mike? Do you know who that is?
No, I don't know how big. I mean, who Z is.
Kind of a interesting comment, right?
Josh. And he's got the new
the Yankees.
So maybe he is being positive, Josh.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the classic logo. That is, I believe,
That's TCA though.
Yeah. No, it is, but but it's Yankees. I think that logo is from the Mets tailgate a couple years ago. If I could be mistaken, but I think that's what that's from. But good to have Josh here with us.
Miss you,
as
Josh.
Always. Yeah, so we'll obviously talk more about tonight in a second, but also, just recapping quickly, around the league. It was a tight game most of the way, but the Guardians do force a game 3, beating the Tigers 6-1. Tigers did have the bases loaded with 2 outs in the 9th, but Cade Smith able to get out of Dodge there. Rocchio with an error, but if you really look at this, you had a 1-1 game, 8th inning, and then Brian Rocchio had homer to make it 2-1, and then they would actually tack on 4 more runs that inning, including a Bo Naylor 3-run homer, propelling the Guardians to the victory there. We'll get to our picks in a second for that, but what I expected, the first game was tight, and obviously the Guardians, anytime any team is going against Tariq Skubal, you're going to have the disadvantage. That's for sure. And then, as I expected, again, the Padres tie up that series at 1, winning 3-0 over the Cubs. And the quick hook on Cease, I think he was taken out in the 4th inning, but the Padre bullpen does some impressive stuff. You look at what they did in totality. It's 5 1/3, 6 strikeouts, 1 hit, no walks. That's how you get it done. Morajan, Mason Miller, and Roberto Suarez coming in there. And then big play of the game, Imanaga. They go with the opener Kittredge, then go to Imanaga. But 2 outs, base open, pitches to Manny Machado, 2-run homer. And that's really was the difference in the game. I know they didn't end up scoring anyway, but there was a lot of talk about that. I was listening to MLB Network Radio because I couldn't even listen, Michael, to 880 this morning.
Really?
Grassa in,
and
then with Dave, and then I don't know, just like some Yankee fan calling in about if the season be a disappointment, if they don't win tonight, obviously it'd be disappointment. But I don't know, just harping on that. Grassa talking out of both sides of his mouth. I mean, just a terrible listen.
It really is.
And it's just, I'm sure Rick probably had something going on, but it's just like, they take off enough time in the summer. Can we just please put Grassa off till, I don't know, at least spring training? I mean, there's just no reason to have that guy on in the morning. It's just a terrible listen. And then final game of the night, Dodgers 8-4 emphatically. So sweeping the Reds there. Just a complete overmatch. I mean, obviously Reds 83 wins, just happy to get in. But the Dodgers, Yamamoto, 9 strikeouts over 6 2/3. And then going with Sasaki, closing things down. Will be interesting to see if that's the strategy moving forward, because the Dodger bullpen has been leaking oil for the second half of this season. But Sasaki throwing 100 miles an hour, looking pretty good in that role. And then let's see. We got a couple more here with Josh.
Yeah. Josh saying, what up?
Let's go Yankees.
Yeah, and then Ern Dini saying, quick question, is Josh a believer?
Of course he is.
And then Chief saying, I wish it was 7:59 p.m. right now.
9.
I know. It'd be sick. Wish we could have got a better series out of the Reds. Almost felt like they shouldn't be there.
A little poke at the Mets because the Mets would have played the Dodgers.
Yep. Think he had the doctors today. Could be wrong though.
Yeah. No, he's probably talking about Rick. But you know what it is? Then just have Dave do the show himself. Why? I don't know. Like it's what it reminds me of is like Stephen A, for instance. Why does ESPN think we need more Stephen A? You know what I mean? And Mad Dog Radio kicked off one of the shows. Stephen A, his 2-hour own show, then a replay every day, 5 days a week. Who wants that much Stephen A? I just, you know what I mean? It's like the same thing with Grassa. Like I just, I don't know what the thought process is there. I don't know what he has on the program director there. But it just seems ridiculous that they give him this much airtime. I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. So that was the games last night. And then of course today, we'll do a frenzy in a second, but you got Tigers Guardians at 3, Flaherty Sassoni, Padres Cubs at 5, Darvish Tyone, and then of course the game we all have circled early, Schlittler, Yankee Stadium, 8 o'clock, season on the line there. So like I was saying, just when you think about this game, I mean, obviously winner take all, of course there's going to be a tight hook, but you would think that you could count on Schlittler to give you between 5 and 6 innings, have that fastball dialed early. Really seems to have a strong sense of the strike zone, his command, and I think that's why he was given the nod over Luis Heel. And then you're going to need some big outs from your bullpen. You're hoping that it's not like a similar game to the last couple of nights where it's like, no room for error. But it could be. So you're probably, going to need Luke Weaver in this game. And I know that Williams and Bednar pitched the last 2 nights, but, again, season on the line, I'm sure all hands on deck there. You wouldn't be surprised if Tim Hill comes in for a big, big out. But the whole key here, early, the rookie, I think he only made 5 starts in the majors this year. You want to keep the crowd into it, get on the board early, and you want Cam coming out, throwing gas, and then put at least 1 run on the board, I think, in the bottom of the first, and I think that will kind of, set the tone for the night. But, the offense has been held in check, 1 run game 1, 4 runs game 2. So you would hope this is a night they explode. Stanton 0 for 8. That's the last thing you expect from Stanton. So it feels like, he's due. Judge, with 2 hits in both of these games, obviously still looking for a home run. So that's something you think about as well. But my thoughts would be, Wells catching, Rice at first. And then it'd be interesting what they do at third. I would just keep McMahon there. I know they like Rosario against lefties, but we were not expecting early to pitch deep into this game. And you saw how smooth McMahon was on that double play. He even had a hit yesterday. You just feel like you want him in the lineup. You love being buttoned up defensively. If we need to go to Goldschmidt late at first, we can. But I think, Rice is doing a decent enough job. And I just feel more comfortable with Ben Rice playing first rather than catcher. You don't want them to start like running on him wild or something. We don't need that, throwing the ball around, that type of stuff. So I think Wells holds it down behind the plate. And let's be real. He's earned himself a start. Obviously, he's handled the pitching staff well these first 2 games of this series, but having that clutch hit, you can't beat that. And then a couple more from Chief here.
Dave by himself is gold. His rant on Evan Neal when he was by himself, fucking gold. Stanton needs to get into his postseason shape.
Absolutely. And I know you're expecting
every time
nothing less. And Chief saying it's not like Goldie was bad the other night. And that's not the thing, Chief. He wasn't bad. But we saw Ben Rice. First pitch of the postseason, it's gone. He hits the ball so hard. I was telling JD earlier this year, he's an all-star next year. Book that. When you hit the ball that hard, good things are going to happen. And there were times this year where, he fell into bad luck and hit some balls hard and didn't get rewarded for it. But we've seen him as the season's progressed get rewarded a little more. And I wouldn't be surprised if he had a big hit tonight as well. So that's just kind of my thoughts there. You can kind of maneuver the lineup however you need to. Obviously, Caballero off the bench for a steal if you need it. Dominguez pinch running for Stanton late with a lead, especially. So there's definitely going to be, a lot of moves to be made. Rice deserves to play, but just saying Goldie isn't a bad option. Yeah, but you know what it is, Chief? Like I'm saying, I think Wells is a lock to be catching. So it's got to be one or the other. You're not going to bench Stanton, of course. So that's why I would say go with Rice in that situation. But we'll see when the lineups come out. But that's kind of my prediction there. But Michael, if we could strike up the music and do a 3-pack MLB wild card frenzy here on a Thursday, and it's 3 win or go home games. The drama through the roof. And we're gonna get started. Do we have is ESPN in the building?
It's just because our board it's different. It's the gaming corner one.
Gaming corner,
but I will get something.
And I like that.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're gonna get it. I just gotta share it so
Okay.
it sounds good for them. Okay, here we go.
All right. So we're gonna get started on ABC, 3:00. The AL Central matchup here. The Tigers, the Guardians. Jack Flaherty, who started Game 1 of the World Series last year, going up against Shades to Sony here. Detroit plus 110 on the money line. Cleveland home favorites here, minus 130. Two teams that are very familiar with each other, obviously playing 13 times in the regular season. A 5-game division series matchup that was won by the Cleveland Guardians last year. And here we are going the distance once again. Game 3, AL wild card. The total here is set at 7.5. And what I have to say here is I like momentum. Obviously, Cleveland has the momentum winning yesterday, but also coming back. I mean, I think it can't be understated. A 15.5 game deficit to come back and win the division. I mean, you want to talk about resilience. The Tigers, obviously end up holding on, making the playoffs. You got AJ Hinch and Flaherty, who have been, in these spots before, but I just feel like the Guardians, man, they find a way, especially early in these postseason rounds, and I think they will here today. I would not be surprised if it's a battle of the bullpens by the 4th inning. I think it's a low-scoring game, so I like the under. But I'm going to say Jose Ramirez breaking a 1-1 tie, 7th inning. I'm going to say 3-run homer, propelling the Guardians here, 4-1 victory, moving on to next round, going to Seattle to face the Mariners. But we're going to say the Guardians and the under. Second game up, Wrigley Field, 5:00. Yu Darvish versus former Yankee Jameson Taillon. Again, momentum on the Padres side, and sure, we've seen them come up small in the postseason, but the Cubs, we forget because it feels like, oh yeah, they just yesterday that they won the World Series. No, it wasn't. It was almost 10 years ago, and they have had one postseason win since 2017. So I like this Padres group, a group that took the Dodgers to the big elimination last year in the National League Division Series. So again, I think the bullpen's going at least 4 innings, probably on both sides here. But I just believe in Machado, who had a big home run yesterday. Maybe Tatis gets going. The value of having a contact guy like Luis Ariz, that might come into play here. But I'm going to say another under game. I think the Padres squeak it out 3-2. And I'm going to say Luis Ariz, a 2-out double, top of the 8th, to give the Padres that 3-2 lead. Mason Miller striking out the side, putting the Padres in the National League, a division series, a matchup with the Brewers in Milwaukee. So that sets the stage, Michael. 8:00, Yankee Stadium, Yankees, Red Sox, early versus Schlittler. Of course, 8:08 first pitch here on ESPN. The Yankees minus 165. Resilient win last night. Total again here, 7.5. And I laid it out before. I'm gonna say, it's a happy medium right in the middle. Cam Schlittler, call it 5 2/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, no earned runs. The look, Michael, walking off the mound, tipping his cap. Yankee bullpen getting the job done. Maybe some lefties in play. Hill leaving them in the 6th. They go to Weaver in the 7th, and then do Cruz and Bednar 3rd day in a row for the 8th and the 9th. And I think offensively, early. I think they'll be able to put up maybe 3 runs in the first 3+ innings. Then the Red Sox go to their bullpen, which was taxed yesterday. And I think you're going to see Giancarlo Stanton, Brian Anderson said it best last year. Made for the moment, Michael. I'm going to say third inning, 3-run homer. Giving the Yankees nothing lead. Obviously, Boston was pulling back a little bit as they tapped into the bullpen, but I think the Yankees end up winning this game 5-3. Give Judge another home run as well. He's looked good so far in these couple games. So it's going to be 5-3. It's going to be Yankees. It's going to be over. It's going to be Game 1, ALDS, Ontario, Canada, Toronto, Blue Jays. Let's go, Yankees. Moving on. Just like that, that is your Thursday wild card frenzy here. And of course, that is brought to you by Velvet Llama. Chief is earning for one right now. So let's fucking go. How hyped are you, Michael?
Very hyped. Very hyped. I'm glad it's a later game. We're seeing a movie later for Binge Buddies Friday, so I'll be able to catch the beginning of the game. It's gonna be dope.
Let's go.
I'm pumped.
And before we get to the grid, a couple more from Chief here.
Yes, he has.
I think I need, right? Isn't that? I think that's.
I need Rice in my life.
Fried
Rice.
Fried and Rice.
Rice
Max
deserves
Fried.
to play,
Yep.
but just saying Goldie isn't a bad option. Guardians take it. Hi, fellows. Hi, Mary. Tigers aren't that good.
Speaking of which, Fish Boy,
Oi.
big Tigers fan.
Yep.
Good luck, John. Sorry. Just going with my gut there. Anything can happen though. Winner take all. But yeah, let's strike the music back up, Michael. Another edition, Immaculate Grid. Let's get it on the screen. We know Chief is earning for another grid here. And I wouldn't expect anything less. This is a pretty good one. I'm sure we're gonna have some help, but I feel pretty good just taking a quick look at this. So let me just see here. So for the first one, Michael, top left, Martin Maldonado.
Top left, Martin.
Yes. Maldonado.
1%.
There we go. Okay. So taking a look, at the other ones here. So let's see. So Seattle and the Padres. Padres in the outfield. So Padres in the outfield might be interesting. I kind of have a thought here. I just want to think about this in a second. All the guys out there who would kind of, you're not thinking of. I kind of want to. Let's just make sure this is okay. Yeah, let's do this. Put a little Yankee flavor in it, Michael. Bottom left, Trent Grisham.
Bottom left, Trent Grisham. 3%.
There we go. All right. So outfield for the Cards. I think I have a good one here. Randy Wynn, and I feel like you remember that name.
Which one?
So it's going to be bottom middle. Randy Wynn. You kind of remember?
Yeah.
He used to be on the Rays.
Yep. 0.1.
There we go. And then we're talking here 100 RBI season batting. Played the outfield, minimum 1 game. So just trying to get creative here. Okay. 100. I'm gonna think about somebody who. Oh, I think I. Okay. Okay. Another Yankee, Cody Bellinger. So bottom right.
0.5.
Let's go. All right. Let's see here. Seattle, 100 RBI season. So middle right, Richie Sexton.
3%.
There we go. Now we're thinking about the White Sox in an 100 RBI year. Okay, let's think about this for a second. The Hall of Famer, Harold Baines. So top right.
Is it like Gerald?
Harold.
There we go. 3%.
All right. And Mariners Cardinal Andy Bennett. Okay, so dead nuts. I know Tony like gets so proud from saying that. So middle, Andy Benez, and that's Benes.
2%.
And that's courtesy of Chief. Shout out Chief.
Chief.
Okay, so two left here. You got the Cardinals and the White Sox, and then Padres and the Mariners. Just got to think about this for a second. Okay, let's see. So pitchers, relievers, catchers. Just trying to think about who's been Mariners and see if we have anything. No, nothing from the crowd just yet. And then Cardinals, White Sox is interesting. Okay. So pitchers, closers. Um, first, third. So field. Wait, I feel like this is a tough one here. I know it's around the corner though. That's the thing. Um, hmm, just trying to think like back in the day too. Not Edmonds, not Holiday. Um, okay, yeah, here. Okay, yeah, here's a throwback. For Cardinals, White Sox, Zach Duke. So CH. Duke.
0.8.
Wow. Okay, so one more to go here. Cards, Sox, Mariners and Padres Robinson can know. I just wonder if no? Okay, yeah, you can know. So for the last one, Robinson can know.
4%.
Wow.
16.
Okay. And then for the if we could just switch over, Michael. And so we was 16?
Yeah.
Wow. We really get low ones. If we could just switch over to the football side of the field, the
We are there.
gridiron. We are there. Chiefs ready. I know he loves these football games. He loves the baseball games too. All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So Rams 49 made a field goal. Okay. Made a field goal. Okay, so for the um for the Giants, if you want to go with Matt Bryant, who was the kicker, Michael? I doubt you remember this. Maybe you do.
0.7.
2002 wild card game. I was watching with my dad. One of the first football games I remember watching. Niners Giants. Matt Bryant sets up for the game-winning field goal in San Francisco. I think Candlestick Park at the time. Trey Junkin, center on the Giants, botches the snap. It was only like a 30-something yard field goal. Niners win, and it was like one of those things that you just never forget. But all right, let's see here. So for the Falcons, I think I have a really good one. I just have to remember how to spell his name. Right? I know his name is Michael.
There you go.
So that's the start.
For field goal?
Yes. Okay, so it's Michael, and then it's Koenen.
0.2.
Wow. There's nothing I get more raw than a good field goal kicker.
Oh yeah.
Chiefs saying, well, first of all, yeah, this saying Delaney Walker, Rams 49, Niners Wendell Tyler. I feel like Wendell Tyler probably who even knows who he is. So, yeah, dudes to top left, Wendell Tyler.
4%.
Go. Okay, and then let me just close that. I'll make it better. All right, so Niners field goal here. I think I'm gonna go with. You don't think it like the fact that it's slow has anything to do with it? It's like glass is missing, holes in the glass. That probably is it, right?
Say again?
Like I'm saying on my laptop because I'm saying it like lags. I'm saying you don't think it has anything to do with
Yeah,
that. But this thing's been through the grinder.
it has. It really has, especially with you.
Okay here, and then let's see for the Niners. I would say if you want to go with David Akers.
7.
Okay. All right, and then let's see here.
Josh saying Titans, Giants, Kerry Collins.
I'm trying to think though. Okay, we don't want to do that. All right. So, and then Falcons, Rams. Obviously, you have Gurley. Just trying to think of the kicker. Let's see here. So, Niners kicker. Whoa, okay. Okay. So Titans and Niners. Okay. So Titans, Falcons. We could do. Trying to think. Do Algie Crumpler.
Titans, Falcons.
Yeah.
2%.
Wow. Okay. 49ers. I'm trying to think about running. Chris Johnson can go there. Kicker. Joe Nedney, Michael, Titans 49ers.
1%.
There we go. And then Chief says Falcons and Titans. Drew Hill. Okay. Oh, actually, wait, no. We already have that. Okay, so then it's the other one though was Falcons Rams.
4%.
There we go. Okay, so Giants. I think about the Rams. Quarterback. Kickers. Defense. Jason Sehorn, Rams Giants.
1%.
There we go. And then Kev, if you could elaborate. Oh, I mean, we just read them. Oh, I think maybe the comments are delayed. Ty Davis Price. What is that for, Kev? Are you talking about the Giants and the Titans? Let's see, I'm just trying to think anybody else. Titans, tight end, running back. Collins is too high. Titans is 49. If the Titans and 49 already did. Okay, I'm gonna get this one second. Okay, let's do Logan Ryan for the last one.
6%, 28.
Let's go, Michael. The magic continues. We basically just have one order of business to do before we wrap up here. And Kev, by the way, says I give the ones you guys overlook when I get though. No, there was one that you had, Kev, but it was Delaney Walker, and she had one with Tyler. Like, it's just going to be a less percentage. That's all. And then he had mentioned Zeitler. But yeah, solid grid. Thank you, boys, for the help. But let's just take a quick trip, Michael, if we could, to the world of the National Football League.
This kid is special, man. This think to do that.
Gonna run for it. He got it. And there he goes. Oh, the play of the year in the NFL. Throws intercepted by Surtain. Nobody's gonna catch him.
Jones to the end zone. Touchdown. Quincy Williams leveling Murray.
There he goes. Jamar Chase. Touchdown Bengals. Stafford, Williams. What a hit by Buda Baker. Buda Baker just saved a touchdown.
Right, so week 5 starts. Can't believe it's week 5. Rams and Niners, NFC West, Prime Video 8:15. Obviously, a little less juice than there normally would be. Besides the obvious, I mean, let's face it, everybody's going to be watching Yankees Red Sox tonight at the same time. But the Niners are missing some key cogs here. Obviously, with already without Brandon Ayuk, Brock Purdy going to miss this one. Just came back last week, re-injured himself. Mac Jones drawing the start, and then also Ricky Pearsall, last year's first-round pick, who leads the team with 327 receiving yards, will be out for this one. So it feels like a mismatch. That's why the Rams are 8.5-point, home favorites. Total set at 44.5. But I don't know. I just have a feeling like I am expecting, the Niners, to keep this close. Like, I think the Rams are going to win. But I don't know. Divisional game. Everybody kind of writing off the Niners, especially after that loss to Jacksonville. But that's kind of my thought. But Rams, love the way they play the Eagles. They should have won that game. I hope we get another matchup between those two teams in the playoffs. But right now, what they're focused on is winning this division. Very competitive so far. 3-3-1 team, San Francisco, Seattle, and Los Angeles. But believer in McVay. So that's kind of my thought there. Just be interesting to see. Stafford's got to a good start. A lot of concern with the back going into this season. But he's got Nakua. He's got Devontae Adams. And then I love what Kieran Williams does, running the football. But Michael, if we could just strike up the music for a Thursday edition of the NFL Frenzy Week 5. And of course, this one-game frenzy is brought to you by the Hirsch Law Firm. But it's Rams, it's Niners, it's SoFi Stadium, it's Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan meeting again. And like I said, I think this is a tight game. I think the Rams will pull away for the victory. But I think it's closer than expecting, to 44.5. And I would imagine people are going to be on the over. I mean, right now, the under is minus 113, but I kind of have a feeling I'll switch. But regardless of that, to me, I don't know. I'm I have this feeling, and it was funny, I was talking to Pooch about this the other night, and he was saying how numbers don't usually land on 4. But for some reason, it just feels like tonight is the night for that. So I get the Niners, a surprising 24-20 lead. Maybe 3 minutes left, fourth quarter. Matthew Stafford, a 90-yard drive, finding Devontae Adams, corner of the end zone, 28-24. Rams over the Niners. So we're going to say the Niners with the points, the over, but Rams winning the game. And just like that, your Thursday night football frenzy. And of course, there'll be a lot more football discussion tomorrow with the traditional picks and another full, Sunday slate ahead of us. And other than that, I just wanted to check. I believe we're underway over in Mississippi. And yes, we are. As we have a couple golfers here at the Sanderson's Farms tied for the lead. Chan Kim and Thorben Olsen, both at 5 under. My sleeper, Mac Meisner, tied for third through 13. He's 4 under. Eric Cole is 4 under. Kevin Strillman is 4 under. Sam Ryder's 4 under. Luke Liss is 4 under. Tim Whitting is 4 under as well. So it seems like this is a birdie fest. So a little different feel coming off the Ryder Cup. But we'll see what happens. A better fall events on the horizon. Me and Tony were talking about yesterday about that event at the Black Desert Resort in Irvins, Utah, in a couple weeks. The Black Desert. So that'll be pretty good. But yeah, I mean, it's just really, that's kind of just where we're at. Any kind of just, final thoughts for you, Michael? Game 3 tonight. I mean, what is there to say right
now? Just get the job done.
Find a way.
Let's go. Let's go to Toronto. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, I mean, we're so overdue. Us eliminating the Red Sox. And isn't it crazy to think? Imagine telling a young Michael Theophil, 2003, boom, walks it off. You won't eliminate the Red Sox for 22 years after that.
I can't.
That's insane.
I was shocked when you said it.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
I really was. I couldn't believe it.
And if you had to pick on the offensive side, we're expecting the pitching to be buttoned up. Your clutch player, maybe big hit, something. Who are you thinking?
Stanton.
Bomb, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, exactly. I mean, 0 for 8. You can't hold Giancarlo Stanton down too much in the playoffs. So that's for sure. So yeah, here we are.
Volpe's playing well too.
Volpe, yes, did do well with that double play yesterday. Had the homer in game 1. Maybe he comes up with a big hit or two tonight. But yeah, let's go. So fired up. Obviously, he feels so far away. I mean, we're still around 9 hours till first pitch. A little inside of that.
Needs to be quicker.
Yeah, exactly. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, great show today. Really appreciate everybody who tuned in. Thank you for Michael for holding it down as always. And let's get the W tonight. But we encourage you to continue to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.